I came in originally to Dr. Kass because I had heard about the GainsWave treatment and looked it up and realized she was one of only 3 or 4 people that actually did this in the USA. I think the biggest thing for me was, I'm about to be 40 years old. When I first found Dr. Kass, I was, 37. It wasn't like, what I had wasn't working. I remember, back from when I was 22, it's like the performances went down. And, really what I was looking for is just to optimize my performance. But this is something that guys typically don't talk about. So sometimes it's embarrassing. Sometimes you're like, man, who do I go see? But when I actually met Dr. Kass, she made it very comfortable. And she almost made it just sound like, hey, like this is normal. I can help you, and why don't you come in? And, after talking to her on the phone, she made me feel totally comfortable, and I came in, I think the next week, and got the treatment. So the treatment, you're kind of in your head like, man, what is this gonna feel like? The great thing about the treatment was it wasn't painful. It was very pleasant. It wasn't, anything that I thought it would be. And typically, I think as guys, we make this big fear of, man, this is what's gonna happen. And the really cool thing about the treatment, it was totally comfortable. Dr. Kass made you feel comfortable the entire time. There was never a point in time where I felt a significant amount of pain, if any pain. And I would describe the treatment as, it was like you just had a normal conversation while it was happening. So it was very smooth, very easy. And I've actually told several people about it because it was that easy. So the results that I've actually seen since doing this is like my performance has increased significantly. And so much so to where I actually feel like I did back when I was like 25, 26 years old. So it's been great. And my wife actually probably would be the better one to ask that, but she has definitely not been complaining. Other things I've noticed is I can actually perform longer. Let's just be real, like it actually is harder a lot longer. And I feel like, my performance is like back to where it was when I was 25, 26 years old. The one thing that I noticed is, the morning erections came back, just spontaneous erections like throughout the day came back. And I remember that feeling, back, when you're in high school, early 20s, that was a consistent thing. And so that has came back, and it's been consistent ever since. I had a conversation with Dr. Kass. She actually, told me, hey, that we have this other treatment that you do with it. It's PRP. This actually maximizes what you actually get out of the GainsWave treatment, and I decided to do that. And so, like, I've seen amazing results. I'm going to continue to do this, and I think it's well worth the investment. The results I've gotten so far have been great, and so I'm going to continue to do this as a prevention to, having to go back to the way it was. I think sometimes when you see the result, you want to continue to do the same thing to get the same result. And so, like, I'm hooked on this. I'm going to continue to do it, and I'm going to continue to make an investment into my performance. So one of the things that I actually do for a living is, I train clients on how to, get into great shape. I also train myself and have for a long time, but the one thing that we don't think about is like sexual performance or this like sexual function. And as a man, I don't really have anywhere to go to ask this or someone to talk to. And after meeting Dr. Kass, I realized that my performance actually could increase by quite a bit. And so just like taking care of your body, just like taking care of your health, your family, this was actually a way for me to increase my performance, not only sexually, but also give me confidence with my wife and knowing that I can please her.